Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you love these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Launched in 2016 and made available in full steel for 2017, the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Datejust 41 took the popular size of the Datejust 2 launched 2009 and added better overall proportions of case, dial, and bracelet. The timepiece on my wrist, one of the sportiest iterations of the Datejust 41, proving just how tailorable the timepiece is depending on bracelet choice, metals, and dial selection. This watch, a wearable 41mm on my 16cm circumference wrist, measures only 11.6mm thick with a nicely sloped case flank. This can be your dress watch despite being one of the sportier Datejust 41s. Lug-to-lug, it's a wearable watch, but it's big. 47.5 lug-to-lug, and if you include the solid end links of the bracelet, its horizontal distance across the wrist is a robust and contemporary 51.2mm. The spacing between the lugs, 21mm, gives the watch a stance that's proportional to its outright size. It is a slim watch, and it is an elegant watch. The timepiece you see here features a case inherited from previous Datejusts, Date-8s, and even Daytonas. It's slim, it's handsomely tapered, it's all of high polish, it's graceful, and with a compound curvature, it does wonderful things in the light. One feature of this watch that leads me to describe it as sporty is the use of the 3-link Oyster bracelet. Polished centers, staggered link size and alignment, polished outers. This is not the Jubilee bracelet option, which returned, having never been available on the 41mm Datejust 2. It was available with the 41 and remains so. But here we have the Oyster, all removable links fixed by screws, big gaps on the underside to avoid pinching skin, pulling hair. Not only does the Oyster look more robust than the Jubilee, it is in fact more robust with larger and more substantial links. There's a lift lock system inside the fully finished clasp. You can see it's polished inside and out. There's a beak and a hook system. You hear the two lock together. You can't simply open this. Even if you pull it, you need to lift and unlock it. So it does have a sure-tight trigger release system. It's not simply friction fit. Inboard, there is an easy link system. It's the equivalent of adding or removing one full removable link, so 5mm in absolute size. You can also see internally there are some stationing points in the clasp, so you have a couple of different options, 3 specifically, to anchor the bracelet inside the clasp and adjust the sizing. So a couple of different ways to size this watch precisely. The case band, all of high polish, the lug hoods to match, and you can see the crown, relatively small in proportion to the case, not just side to side, but also in terms of thickness, is an elegant appendage, a twin lock, 100 meters water resistant. After 2016, Rolex really began to push its new dark rhodium dial finish. It's spectacular. It's a dark anthracite with a deep and reactive sunburst pattern. It has a wonderful metallic tinge that transforms as you move it through the light and looks different in different lighting conditions. White gold hands, white gold Rolex 5-point coronet, white gold hour indices, all tarnish resistant and resistant to oxidation, the white gold remaining stable over time. Outboard, you can see white on gray printing with 5-minute stations or 5-second stations. The Cyclops Eye wears better on a 41mm watch than it does on a 36 or smaller, so it helps the magnification of the date and does make it more legible, but it's not obtrusive as it can be. It doesn't crowd out the dial as it does on the smaller watches. Inside, mechanical revolution will not be televised because there is no display case back. But this Rolex 3235 features the goods. Thinner mainspring barrel, bigger mainspring, reprofiled train gears, a new Rolex Leica-etched Chronergy style escapement, which is Rolex's answer to Omega's coaxial. As a result, major power savings, 70-hour power reserve rather than 48. Still a 28.8 beat rate, 31 joules, hacking seconds, and quick set date. The watch is highly shock resistant with a full balance bridge and a free-sprung balance. Adjustment is done via Rolex's Micro Stella variable inertia balance bolts. There is an overcoil hairspring for concentric beating and good timekeeping in any orientation on your wrist or on your dresser at night. And it features a niobium zirconium alloy that is blue oxidized, and it goes by the trade name Parachrom Blue. So it's both a overcoil hairspring for positional precision and consistency and an anti-magnetic hairspring by virtue of its alloy. Bidirectional winding with Teflon coated reversing wheels. It is a very smooth movement. You can't feel it, you can't hear it. Finally, the watch is a certified chronometer, but Rolex takes that movement, because COSC certifies only movements, it cases up the movement and then checks the watch as a fully assembled consumer product to assure that it runs at least -2 or +2 seconds per day or better. That is the basis for the superlative chronometer script on the dial. The COSC, bare chronometer test, -4 + 6. Hence we have a superlative chronometer, not as a movement, but as the watch you will wear. You can see it in its remarkably anti-corrosive Rolex signature 904L steel with matching bracelet on the watch box. Rolex Datejust 41 126300, Chromolite Blue Lume by night.